Hey guys, welcome back to Holiday Card Series Day 4, and today we're going to be creating a card a little different in size. It's going to be a 4x4 inch card, and we're going to be using this paper collection by Crate Paper. I'm not really sure if you could see that. That might have helped it a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to leave it like that. But it's the Crate Paper 6x6 pattern. It's a Snow Day collection, and this is probably my favorite paper collection that is out this Christmas season. And just look at these papers. You get 4 of each paper, and they're actually the 12x12 sheets cut down to 6x6 pieces. So if I could show you in this one, you could see that the pattern is not continuing on each side. It's a different pattern per page, which is really nice. And I'm using one of these papers, that's why there's not 4 of them. But look at these papers, and I'm using a piece of that. But look at how adorable these papers are, you guys. I absolutely love this paper collection. Give you a quick view, and it has some really nice non-traditional colors, which I really like as well. I love that print back there. But anyways, let's get started with the card. So I have a 4x4 inch card, and I'm just going to fold it, and actually I'm going to score it so I get a little bit better of a second, you guys. There we go. I have a lot of stuff on my desk right now. I'm just going to score this at the 4-inch score line. I just go and score it, and then after you have your score marked, you can see that this side is the side that's I have scored downward, and this side is the side with the pushed up piece of paper. This is going to be the inside of your card. So you're just going to fold that over, and I just use the side of my bone folder to crease the edge of my card. And then you can see I have this 4x4 inch card, and now we're going to be doing the base of our card. Okay, so the first piece of paper that I have for the card is this piece of cardstock, or pattern paper from the Snow Day collection, all the papers from that collection. And that's the back of it. And this is cut at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and I'm just going to completely go on and adhere this down to the front of our card. Just going to take my card, and I'm going to open it up like this, and I'm going to adhere this onto the front of our card to make it just a layer, so you can see that we have this layer of red around the card. And then I have this piece of cardstock from that. It's the same exact piece of paper, but I'm going to be using the opposite side. And this one's cut at 4 inches by 1.5 inches, and I'm just going to adhere this down onto our card here. And this is just going to go. This is going to go at the bottom of our card. So you're going to have, you're going to cover up your layer around the edges. So you're just going to have it around the top area. Press that onto our card there. And then I'm going to be using this piece of red cardstock. This is the same exact color as the background, and this is real red cardstock by Stampin' Up. And I'm going to be using my this little corner punch, and this is a Fiskars or EK Success corner punch, and I'm just going to push my paper all the way in, and I'm going to press it down, and you're going to get this punch like this. And I just took the guide off of the punch, if you could see that here. I took the guide off of the punch there. You have to like press it out, and then you're going to continue along your piece of cardstock and line it up with the little opening, and you're going to punch it out, and you're going to get the second scallop to your piece. And I'm just going to scallop this all the way down. Okay guys, so I have that strip of cardstock cut out, if you could see that there. And I'm just going to adhere this on, and this was cut down to 1/2 inch by 4 inches. And I'm just going to take that, or actually you guys, I'm going to leave that off to the side for now. I'm going to take my piece of blue cardstock, which has these Christmas ornaments on, or Christmas bulbs on the back of it. And this is going to be going right down here on the bottom of our card. But I do want this piece to be on it. So this side I added adhesive on. I'm just going to lay that down on my grid mat here. Line this up. And then I'm going to place this on to my piece of cardstock. And I just want the edge of the scallop. And I shouldn't have done it this way, guys. I should have added adhesive onto the blue piece. But I wasn't thinking correctly. But just so you have a little scallop border to the bottom of your piece of blue cardstock there. And then I'm going to take that, and I'm going to adhere this down to our card. Took that off to the side there. And then I'm going to adhere this so that it's flush with the piece of that green on the top of the card. So then your card's going to look something like this now. It's a little wild right now. And then I have another piece of that green cardstock, and I'm just going to put this onto our card. Just like that, so you have something that looks like this now. And I'm going to add a bit of ribbon onto the front of our card. So I just have a piece of this green saddle stitch ribbon that has a white stitch line across the edge, and I'm going to be tying a bow onto the front of my card here. So I'm just wrapping my ribbon around. You could see this like this, and I'm going to pull, and you're just going to want to even out your sides a bit, and I'm going to tie this in a knot. I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see this. I'm going to go into a knot position like this, press with my finger, and I'm going to take my other side of my ribbon, go over the top, slip it under the other piece of ribbon. Basically, it's right over left, left over right, and then you're going to pull one of the sides more, and that's going to overturn the knot to make your knot look a little bit cleaner. You can see what that looks like on my card there. That's actually a really perfect example of how your knot should turn out. You can kind of adjust it on your card because sometimes it gets off of position, and I'm just going to trim off some of that excess ribbon. So we have our card that looks like this right now, and I'm going to be doing one more little step, actually two. I'm going to be using a piece of that graph paper that you might have saw me cut out before, and I'm just going to it's just cut out all wacky. It's not cut to length yet. And then I'm going to stamp this stamp from the Heidi Grace stamp set. And this is the Christmas stamp set. It looks something like this. Some really great images on there. And I'm going to be using one of the stamps. And that says Merry and Bright on it, if you could see that. And I'm just going to stamp it on this piece of grid. I think that looks good, just like that, and I'm going to cut that down to size. Okay guys, so I cut that down to size, and it looks something like this, and then this is just going to be adhered onto the front of our card using some dimensional adhesive, and I have these square dimensional adhesives that are really thick, that's why I'm liking them, and I'm just going to grab a couple of those dimensional adhesives, and I'm just going to place them on the back, and I'm not sure where I want my sentiment on my card yet, so I'm just kind of going to experiment on the front of my card, placing it in a couple different spots. I think I actually want it down here. I think that looks good. Okay guys, so I attached on my little sentiment down in the bottom corner there, and I'm going to be doing one last detail. I'm using a Signo Uniball gel pen, and I'm just going to be adding some stitching lines around the edge of our card, so I'm just going to kind of mimic that saddle stitch ribbon. So I'm just going along the edge of the card, and I'm going to add some stitching lines. Okay guys, so that finishes up the holiday card for today, and this is day 4, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow for day 5 of the holiday card series. Bye everyone, and have a great day.